evening, everyone. You must be familiar with the famous deaf composer and musician, Beethoven. His health did not hold him back, and certainly did not prevent him and his music from becoming legendary. This poem, Beethoven by Shayne, gives us interesting insight into the life of this musician, and what it would have been like to live in a world full of sound, but not hear any of it. Listen. His father made a habit out of hitting him. See, some men drink, and some men yell, and some men hit their children. This man did it all, because I guess all men want their boys to be geniuses. Beethoven, a musician without his most precious tool, his eardrums, could no longer pound out the rhythms for the symphonies playing inside his head, couldn't hear the crowds applauding, couldn't hear the people loving him, couldn't hear the women in the front row whispering, Beethoven. And as he let his music invade their nervous system like an armada marching through, firing cannonballs detonating every molecule in their bodies into an explosion of heavenly sensation, each note leaving track marks over every inch of their bodies, leaving them aching for one more hit. He was an addiction. And kings and queens, it didn't matter, the man got down on his knees for no one, yet amputated the legs of his piano to feel the vibrations through the floor. The man got down on his knees for music. And when the orchestra played his symphonies, it was his father's anthem, repeating itself like a broken record. It was not good enough. So they played softly, but it was not good enough. And they played slowly, but it was not good enough. So they played strongly, but it was not good enough. So they tried to mock the man and make fun of his madness by mimicking the movements, holding their bows a quarter of an inch above the strings, not making a sound. And it was perfect. You see, the deaf have an intimacy with silence. It's there in their dreams. And as the musicians turned to one another, not knowing what to make of the man, trying to calculate the distance between madness and genius, they realized that Beethoven's musical measurements could take you to distances reaching past the towers of Babylon, turning solar systems into cymbals crashing together, creating crescendos so loud that they shook the constellations. And the stars began to fall from the skies, and for a moment, it looked like the entire universe had begun to cry. Distance must be an illusion. The man must be a genius. Beethoven, his thoughts moving at the speed of sound, transforming emotion into music, and for a moment, it was like joy was a tangible thing, like you could touch it, like for the first time you could watch love and hate dance together in a waltz of such precision and beauty that we finally understood. The history wasn't important. To know the man, all we ever had to do was listen. Thank you.